Let's be honest, you don't need the latest or greatest best tech of insert current year here. It's not always the best option. But, I'm a tech channel, so I do review that type of stuff pretty often. To be honest with you, when I'm not buying overpriced electronics that'll be obsolete in 5 years, creating a pile of e-waste in my bedroom, I'm a huge cheapskate. Like, I don't buy anything that's not on sale or anything that I think is not a good deal. That being said, I feel like a lot of people also feel this way. Are you as big of a cheapskate as me? Because that's why I'm here to tell you, who cares about the newest or the best? We're here to discuss value. So this is something I noticed about myself. When I'm making a major purchase, the first thing I do is look up reviews on YouTube. That means for things like best camera, best headphones of 2020, or maybe something more recent like best electric razor to get me through the quarantine, or best electric toothbrush. Then I end up in this rabbit hole where I'm looking at $200 razors or toothbrushes that would be wasted because I would never use all those features, and a budget one would probably be just fine. My point is, you don't have to focus on what's the best. If that were the case, we'd all be using $200 toothbrushes, $1,000 iPhones and Android phones, and $100,000 cars. Super impractical unless you're like richer than 99% of the world. What we really should be focusing on is value for your money. If best means the nicest thing out there, I would say value means the best fit for your needs, for your budget. It's still super subjective. It sounds super simple, and maybe I'm just an idiot for never thinking about it this way, but you have to find a good balance. What items you buy do you absolutely need to be the best item possible, and what can you deal with being just a great value item instead? Here's a good tech example. One of the best value tech gadgets out there, at least in my opinion, is the base model $330 Apple iPad. They have practically everything most people need in a tablet: a good display, a fast processing chip, decent speakers, and it does what every iPad does well: be a tablet. But Apple also sells a much more premium, much more expensive iPad Pro that starts at $800 with a better display, better speakers, different design, faster processing chip, and some less needed features like a LiDAR sensor and a second camera. But really, when you look at the two, you have to ask yourself, is it worth that $470 price premium? You can buy two basic iPads before you even get to the Pro. So this is the point where we can sit back and think to ourselves, well, technically, if money wasn't an issue and, I had unlimited money, the iPad Pro is clearly the best choice because it does everything better. But for most people, the basic iPad is the best value because it serves people's needs without missing any core features for a great price. But all this could be really subjective. For some people, the iPad Pro is worth the price increase because they view the better screen, the better speakers, and performance as super valuable features that are worth $470 more. But for most people, the basic iPad. And to be honest with you, some people get some sort of high off having higher quality products than other people. And if you're one of those people, then I'm not judging you. If that's your cup of tea, if that's what you care about, then you do you. If that status symbol is what matters more to you, if that's what makes it valuable to you, then go ahead. If you have the money for it, I'm not one to judge. I'm sorry, I sound like I'm rambling about iPads right now, but this point also applies to other things too. You don't always need to look up at the top to find something good. There's always great value products out there, and if you're smart, you can save a ton of money on some fantastic stuff. Here's another good example: Sony's flagship noise-canceling headphones, the 1000XM series. Each year to 2 years, Sony releases new noise-canceling headphones, and the previous model's price drops significantly. There have been rumors now of a new one, the Sony 1000XM4, and with it are some rumored improvements. And so, now on eBay, the current latest model, the 1000XM3, are about $250 brand new. Can you comfortably say the new 1000XM4s will be good enough to pay the extra $100 when it drops? That's honestly hard to say without seeing the product, but probably not. So my point is this: when you're looking at the latest and greatest tech to buy, don't forget to look at last year's model or the model or two under the most expensive one, because the most expensive one, while it's usually the best, it doesn't always give you the best value. Just because tech YouTubers in general, or the internet is telling you, hey, this is bright and shiny and you'll love dishing out $1 million for this thing, do a little extra research yourself, because you might end up finding something that suits you and saves you decent money because you understood your own personal needs. YouTubers talk about the most expensive and coolest tech or stuff because it brings in views. It really does. But if you look a little bit past that, you might find some amazing stuff that you wouldn't have found otherwise. It's okay to buy something that's expensive and the best to treat yourself every once in a while, but you don't need the best everything, just the things you really care about. And everything else, you can get by on a value buy. Anyway, what do you personally think? What are some great value tech items that people just overlook because there's something pricier and fancier that people glue their eyes to? Actually, let's expand that to everything. What's a great value item that people overlook? What items do you refuse to gimp on and end up buying the nicest anyway? Leave all that down in the comment section below. I'd love to check some of your opinions out. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and well, don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.